Hey there, it's Claudia. This week we're going to be covering symbology, and symbology related to engineering, graphics, engineering design, and definitely if you're using AutoCAD in order to insert your symbology, this is the place to start. So what I have on screen for you is I just have AutoCAD launched, and I want to show you how to get to be able to view what is available through AutoCAD. You can definitely find additional symbols on the web, and if you choose to do that, I would look for the ones that are free. I'm sure there are some out there that cost money, but there's so much that's free on the web that I suggest you use those. And then you might want to just put together a symbology folder on your memory stick or your computer that allows you to store what you're looking for as far as the different designs that you're working on. So anyways, we're in AutoCAD right now, and if you come up here to the ribbons, I usually will go to the View ribbon. You can also go, I think, Manage, but we're going to be under View. And if you come over here to Palettes, you're going to see where it says Sheet Set Manager, just to the right of the R. That takes you to the Design Center. All right, so when you're in the Design Center, there are two folders up here. There's one for open drawings and there's one for folders. So if you were actually pulling blocks or symbols out of existing drawings that you already have created, you could come over here to open drawings and you'll notice there's an area called blocks. This particular file that I'm in right now is just AutoCAD's default drawing 1 out of the box. So you notice there are no blocks that have already been preloaded. So if we come over here to folders, you'll notice that my folder is already open to take me to the blocks that are pre-drawn and preloaded in AutoCAD. And so what you're doing is you're going to go into your PC, your hard drive, and you're looking for Program Files. And under Program Files, you should have a folder called Autodesk. And then under Autodesk, we've got AutoCAD 2019. That's what we're currently using at FRCC Larimer campus this semester. And then what you're looking for is a folder called Sample. Under Sample, you'll find another folder called ENUS. And then there are two folders there, one that's called the Design Center and one that's called Dynamic Blocks. If I open up the Design Center, you'll find that all these files that are currently housed in this folder have different types of blocks that you can work with. So you've got things for circuit design, electronics, electrical, home space planner, house designer, HVAC, hydraulics, kitchens, landscaping, etc. If we just actually look over under landscaping, you'll find that there are some blocks that you might be using when you're drawing site plans, especially in the field of civil and survey design. Notice here we've got a north arrow. So north arrow is something that you're always going to want to put on your drawings from here on out. And the way that you insert this block is you just drag and drop. So I'm holding down on my pick button and I just drag this over and I drop it into my graphics display area. What you'll see then as I come out here, that is a pretty large block. I'm just in model space. That's probably something that you would want to place on your drawing in layout space. Okay, so it's just dragging and dropping. I definitely recommend that you either leave these all in layer 0 or you create special layers specifically for your blocks. I would create a layer called north arrows or put it in my sheet layer, and that's where this block would be located. So in AutoCAD we refer to our symbols as blocks. All right. If for some reason you needed to show a tree, same thing, we just drag and we drop that in. Notice that tree is much larger than the north arrow. So these are drawn to specific scales. So when you're working with scale, always know that you're going to be working in engineering units for the most part, probably 95% of the time in the civil industry. You might find that you've got architectural drawings, you'd be using the units of architectural, and if you're working in decimal. So again, if I just go to the units command, drawing units, this is where I can come and change my drawing units. All right. Okay, so those are blocks that live within inside these drawings. So if you actually opened these drawings up using the open command, you're going to find all of those blocks stored just in the model space area. We also have what are called dynamic blocks, and dynamic blocks are blocks that you can actually edit on the fly. In order to edit a block that has been created just as a block that lives inside those other ones, you double click on them. I'm just going to double click. It also takes you to the edit block definition, which is bedit, and then I would just pick OK. And here you know that you're in a different file because you see the block. All right. If you wanted to make any changes to this, you would use any of your AutoCAD commands to do that, and then you would have to come up here and pick Close Block Editor. So those are just standard blocks. But when we're working with dynamic blocks, we're going to come over here and you're going to see that you've got many different files as well to choose from. If you're working in the Imperial world, which we are in the United States, we go over to Civil Imperial. If I just double click on blocks here, you're going to see that I've got some blocks that'll be generated and have a nice little preview. All right. So for example, let's say that I wanted to pick this road intersection. If I drag and drop this into my drawing, I'm going to close this out because more than likely that came in really large. I'm going to go ahead and erase those blocks that I have there. You're going to notice now that you've got a road intersection. So if I select on it, you're going to have these little grips, and each one of these boxes that you see here will perform another action. This is the purpose of a dynamic block, and so if I select this arrow down, this tells me this is a 4-way or a 3-way. Look what happens when I pick 3-way. That changes this just to be more of a T than 4 directions. If I select one of these arrows up or down, you're going to see this allows me to change the actual size of this particular roadway. All right, so I could type in whatever I wanted, 240, whatever that might be. Pretty cool, huh? So this is Symbology related to AutoCAD, and you'll be exposed to many different symbols while you're working in this chapter this week. Have a great week, and we'll talk again soon.